Muted, fantastic. So Sarah, do you just want to share with everyone, what did you do? What did you create? What is Peer Genius? Who it's for, and how have you found this amazing, just build this amazing presence and have a lot of attraction online as well. So please share some of these techniques that others can benefit from as well.
Yeah, brilliant. Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Suzanne, for having me. And it's been quite a journey, hasn't it, Suzanne? So I'm surprised that you are still smiling when I do speak. So
likewise.
I'm going to embarrass you now. So when I first met Suzanne, it was again, we were both working for a charity, and I was really drawn to her energy, and we were sort of both on the same page, really, weren't we, about our vision and how passionate we were, and we were always that person that's got all the questions. So I knew that we'd be sort of friends, and so the chance to work with her, I just knew that it was a no-brainer. And I actually followed you to the toilet because you said that you didn't have any time. So I was like, it's okay, I'll come too. So luckily, you weren't a boy, and I could do that to you. So I did stalk you to the bathroom. So thank you for that. So my business is HR technical business. So I do events, so do face-to-face and now online. So my reach on LinkedIn is that I've got 20,000 LinkedIn connections. So broken down, that's like 5,000 CEOs and 12,000 with HR. So what I've sort of found was those problems that I faced when I was a HR professional. Thought that I can't be the only person feeling like this, and other people must be. So I base my business on those problems that those HR directors are feeling. The fact that it is really isolated. They are the go-to person, but where do they go to for support? Yes, we've got our professional body, but from a HR director point of view, all those events are very diluted. So mine events are roundtable discussions that are really high level. And it is a no-sell environment, so we don't have any other suppliers in the room. Having said that, Suzanne and the team have been, so I did let those in, so you were amongst friends then. So all my marketing strategy has been on LinkedIn. So it's only been the last couple of weeks that I've dabbled in the other social media platforms. So from a LinkedIn point of view, sort of my key messages are to have those quality connections. So there's no point in having 20,000 connections if they weren't in HR or decision makers. So make sure that you're still going for that target audience, and be really clear on what that target audience is. Like you've said, you can't be all things to all people. So be really targeted with those, and I don't necessarily accept people that request me either. And when I am sending out connection requests, I do always put a message in there to say, I'm doing this next event, would it be of interest to you? So straight away you can start building that rapport and those relationships. From a content point of view, I did my first video with Suzanne, so back in November as well, and sort of flew since then. Again, I think a lot of it comes down to personal branding. So as it was November, I had a lovely purple coat that I used to wear. And my boyfriend used to say to me, oh my God, Sarah, why have you got a purple coat? Why can't you just have a black coat like everybody else? But I just wanted to be remembered. So because I was going to loads of networking events, and it was really corporate, so I was just with loads of men that were just in these suits. And then there'd be me, this blonde, sort of petite ray of sunshine that would come into these events. So I wanted people to remember me. And it's almost a bit like Idris Elba, in a character. He's got his big coat, whereas I had my little purple one. I was actually at a workshop with Suzanne as well in Warwick, and I left my coat there, but people knew that it was mine. They were like, oh, it's that girl's over there. So as well, it helps as well when I'm forgetting who I am, what I'm doing, and forgetting my coat here, there and everywhere. So that personal branding is really important. So you only get that chance to have that first impression. So for me, I wanted to be memorable, wanted to be personable. And that's about how do you get that across from a LinkedIn point of view. So this coat is all on all my videos. I've been walking in the park with it. So for me, I try and get that across when someone meets me in real life. It's the same as what they've seen on the videos as well. So I'm actually quite gutted that it's the summer now, so my coat won't come out, and I haven't actually done a video since March, so maybe that's why. So I do need to get on doing more videos. But like I was just talking to Janet, your videos, you might not have a lot of confidence doing them. And I've got my storage on my phone's like non-existent because of all the outtakes that I've got on there as well. So with a video, it's not like you are live. So just be really clear in your messaging. So I've got some advice around sort of your key messaging is solving those problems. So most of my events will start off with, my first one was about board meetings being boring. So someone can resonate to go, oh, I think you'd quite agree. So however, come to Peer Genius, where our events are really inclusive, interactive, a little bit more different, fun, and then the call to action. So I sort of layer it. So in any post I do on LinkedIn, I sort of identify that I understand your problems, this is the solution, and this is the call to action. So on all my posts, you can see that there's those 3 layers. And then when I'm delivering a video, it'll be in the same format as well, to say, come to an event. I can understand that your role's quite isolated. Wouldn't it be great if you could have like-minded people that you can benchmark your thinking, or come to us on Tuesday and we've got this great event and this speaker. So you're sort of taking them on that journey. And then the other things to touch on, so my final piece would be around things that I want to be famous for. So again, touching on personal branding. So on a Monday, I do mentoring to local universities. So what I want to be famous for is that next, like future leaders of HR and that innovation, and what does that look like? So my mentees actually come to my HR events. So on a Monday, I'll do a post around mentoring, so a Mentor Monday. On a Tuesday, I believe that's the best day that all the social media and LinkedIn has a lot of traction. So I'll definitely post around my business. And how I can add value to them again. So identify that problem, this is a solution, and come to the event. And I always do my events on a Tuesday or a Wednesday as well. So I'm able to post, oh, this is a great event, this is what it looks like, this is the topics, the speakers, this is the added value. So Tuesday, Wednesdays, I keep very business focused. And then a Thursday, I'll do a testimonial. So don't just hear it from me, it's Testimonial Thursday. This is how awesome I am. This is what this person said about me. And then Friday, keep it a bit fun. So I get really annoyed that I can post all throughout the week and think that all my posts are really strategic, and aren't they great? Me in my coat. And then on Friday, I'll post a picture of my dog and he'll get more comments and likes than all of them. So again, I try and think that to something about work. So if it's a Friday and he doesn't want to get out of bed and he looks really cute, so I talk about duvet days, about employee well-being, and try and link it to HR, like how do you deal with presenteeism? My co-workers don't seem like they're looking a bit woof today. So keep it light-hearted. But again, that's getting my personality across and getting my engagement and traction on the post as well. So I posted things like that, what's your thoughts? So I try and be, in the marketing terms, and Suzanne will touch on this, that reporter, as in I don't actually see myself as being the expert, but what's your thoughts? And I'll give everyone else a platform, and I'm just really interested in what everyone else is thinking on this topic. But I think hopefully that will change in time. So when I've evolved, and I'm only sort of 9 months into my business now, that I will be more confident. But at the moment, I'm happy to sort of play that reporter sort of marketing space at the moment. So yeah, I hope that helps. So I look forward to hear what John's got to say. And thank you very much, Suzanne and the team.
Amazing. Oh my God.
Thank you,
Can
Sarah.
everybody just type in the chat box just quickly how, yes,
Thank you.
yes,
That
yes,
was
thank
amazing.
you. And Sarah, I know that we're running a little bit behind. I just wanted to point out something there. First of all, you said about being a reporter. So for everyone else who is doubting themselves to put something online, it's important that you align with what type of person, what type of communication style you have. And me and Sarah, we had lots of conversations at the start when you're like, I don't want to put myself on a pedestal. I don't want to tell people what to do. And I kept, well, actually, you're not. So you have a reporter style. You are here to provide facts and bring people together to share those facts. So, and what's interesting is Sarah often, we attended a couple of meetings, and I saw in the event, you say, well, I have never been a HR director. So wow, I really, hats off to you. The respect these people get from Sarah and her understanding and interest in their problems is phenomenal. So it's understanding. So there's a reporter, there's a leader type. Are you really like, you've got your own way totally? Are you a bit of an adventurer type, or are you a bit of a reluctant hero who doesn't want to like take the pride, but maybe, you know, there are different ways of doing that. And actually we have a branding workshop online as well if you want more information on that. But one thing I just wanted to say before we hear from John is that, Sarah, you make it sound really easy. You say, oh yeah, and I put this and I put that, and then the link, and then the video, and then the news, and then this, and then that. But actually the stuff that you went through, if you don't mind me saying, there was a lot of self-doubt. And because I think people can benefit from that. And putting yourself out there, you had grief. So can you just give just one example of, you know, people saying nasty things because they can, and how you dealt with that? Because I think this is the one thing that stops a lot of, from my conversations with people there, well, what is everybody else going to say? That's the question. So how did you deal with that?
Yeah, definitely. And for me, I think if once you get trolled, it means you've made it. So yeah, so there is that as well. So sort of bring it on. Yeah, so I got trolled, so to speak, when I did my event in March. So we did it on COVID-19. I had the public health director there. Sorry, my dog's got a toy. And I got like criticised for doing an event when it was like so close to COVID and we weren't meant to be travelling and etc. And the person that trolled me, and I think you do need to kill people with kindness. I actually looked, so it bothered me 3 weeks later. I was still bothered by it 3 weeks later, that I looked on his online and he was a recruiter, so we had a similar background, and he'd actually been made redundant through COVID. And I reached out to him and said, I'm really sorry to hear that you've been made redundant. If I can do anything to help, then let me know. And we actually had a chat, and I said, you do know why I'm having this conversation with you and why we know each other? And he was like, oh, no, like, I've just thought it's because you've got a network of HR directors. I said, yeah, I have exactly, so I'm willing to support you, and if there's any jobs coming up. I said, but actually you've put this message on my LinkedIn profile 3 weeks ago about an event I was running. And he was like, like this. And I said, but I'm obviously I'll be the better person and I'm still willing to support you, so good luck in your job role. So as much as like 3 weeks later I was obviously still bothered, but I just think what goes around comes around, and if you don't ever fight fire with fire, so you can get people that don't agree with what you're doing. He had 15 likes, and the solicitor that we worked with put a comment back and I didn't comment, and I just think it's a bigger picture thing. So actually he needed my support, but I made fully well aware of like where our relationship had developed from. So I think it's easy now with the days, especially even with COVID. I've had a lot more trolls recently, and you just have to kill people with kindness. You just got to be like, hold your head up high, have that resilience as hard as it is. Because even on the morning of my event, I thought of him and I was brushing my hair, doing my hair. I'm like, why is he in my head? He's really got to me.
How is it that one negative comment takes away the 30 positive ones? That, you know, and this is the thing is, but it's amazing. Thank you so much, Sarah, for sharing that, because it helps other people, and it shows that, you know what, you're not here to please everyone. You're not here to be friends with everyone. And this is not like that you have to become somehow popular. This is about you providing solutions and showing through your posts in your marketing that you can do that, and showing different things, not just the business post, but like even embedding the fun stuff. And I remember as well, we chatted once before, and you mentioned also about using sense of humor. So have a think about that. And, you know, how could you embed this kind of, you know, sense of humor or reporter style, whatever your personal style is? Because once you really align with your vision, like Sarah, you decided, you know what, whatever other people are going to say, I'm going to do it anyway.